to my channel. Like I say at the beginning of every video, please, if you enjoy these videos, leave a like or a comment and subscribe and spread it. Yeah. So today I'm going to be running through factorizing harder quadratics. My English is brilliant. Yeah. And the method that we're going to look at is split the middle. What split the middle basically means is that this quadratic expression 4x squared plus 18x plus 8, I'm going to split the middle. The middle is my x term, which is 18x. I'm going to split that. Whether I split that into 10 and 8, 8 and 10, 6 and 12, 4 and 14, 1 and 17, whatever it is, I am going to split that middle term. Once I've split it, I'm going to factorize both sides and I'm going to get my answer. This process is guaranteed to probably come up in your GCSE exam and is probably worth 4 marks, maybe three or 4 marks, I'd say, yeah, depending on whether you have to solve, depending on the context of the question. Sometimes it even comes where you have an expression like this and another expression underneath it in a fraction, and you have to factorize the top and the bottom, work out the answer. That might even be 5 or 6 marks, but I'd say on average 3 or 4 marks, and it's near enough guaranteed to come on your paper. What you realize is your algebra topics, especially quadratics, that in some way, shape or form, they're on your exams, whether that's factorizing quadratics, whether that's quadratic formula, whether that's complete the square. If you guys have studied these, then, you know, I haven't gone through all of these topics. I will, hopefully, but these are going to come up on all 3 of your, whether it's OCR, EdXL or AQA papers, they're going to come up definitely. And in total, just the factorizing the quadratics or solving the quadratics is going to be worth, I'd say, out of the 300 marks on the higher paper, these questions would total up to about 20-25 marks. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But anyhow, so, and in my opinion, they're meant to be quite highly graded, so this would be considered a grade 6+ question. However, in terms of other topics at grade 6, this is probably one of the easier topics in my opinion. Why? Because it's a process that you can practice, memorize, and you'd be strong at it, no problem. You'd get it right any day of the week if you practice it enough. Anyway, that's me talking done. And now I'm going to go through the explanation. So you've got 4x squared plus 18x plus 8. Like I said, you need to split the 18x. That's why it's called split the middle. Now, to decide what you need to split it into, first of all, you need to multiply the first number by the last number. I know some teachers explain this as ax squared plus bx plus c. I'm not going to go into that much detail. All I'm saying to you is the number in front of the x squared needs to multiply by the number at the end. This number would be called the a, that would be called the c, but we don't need to. I might write that just for clarity's sake, ax squared plus bx plus c. That's your general quadratic expression. So I do a times c, which is 4 times 8. That gives me 32. And like factorizing normal quadratics, you need 2 numbers that multiply to give me 32. So 2 factors of 32 that add to give me the number in the middle, which is 18. So I list my factors of 32. I've got 1 and 32, 2 and 16, 4 and 8. Then obviously I've got these numbers in the negative form, both of them, but I don't need to list them in their negatives. Why? Because they add to give me 18, and straight away it's 2 and 16. Now this next step, what I always recommend students is that when I look at my factors here, 2 and 16, whichever one of these is a factor of this number of my a, I put first. So 16, not factor, a multiple, sorry. 16 is in the 4 times table, so I will put the 16 at the front. So I'll get 4x squared plus 16x plus 2x plus 8. 18 is split there into 16 and 2. Now I factorize the left side, then I factorize the right side. When I factorize this, it will factorize into a single bracket. Highest common factor is 4. There's an x common in both terms, so I take an x out. And inside the bracket, I get 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times 4 is 16. So I get x plus 4. So I've got 4x bracket x plus 4. When I factorize this side, I get a 2 there. And again, I end up getting x plus 4. Now, I realize that both sides of this middle are multiplying by x plus 4. So x plus 4 is the common bracket. So 4x is being multiplied by this, and 2 is being multiplied by this. So if that is the case, then I can just write 4x plus 2 into a single combined bracket. And that would be multiplied by x plus 4. Because when I expand double brackets anyway, then when I expand them, I say get the first term here, multiply by x, multiply by 4. Then I get the second term and I multiply that by x and I multiply that by 4. So why not write these two together in one bracket, 4x add 2 multiplied x by x add 4. I will go from the top again, because if you're learning this new, then you might need the further explanation. So listen carefully. You're given a question like this that you cannot factorize in your head, or you cannot use the normal method of factorizing. Why? Because the coefficient of x squared is greater than 1. It's a 4 in this case. It could be a 2, it could be a 3. They are the most common ones. So your process of factorizing this is you do the 4 times the 8 gives you 32. And then you get factors of 32 that add to give you the term in the middle. Why? Because you want to split the middle. So is 1 and 32, 2 and 16. 2 and 16 give me 18. So I split the 18 into 2 and 16. I put the 16 at the front because it's a multiple of 4, and I put the 2 after. And then I factorize the left and the right. Then because I realize that the bracket is common, if the bracket is not common, then you made an error. So fix it. Go back and check. I combine the 4x and the 2 into a single bracket, and the x at 4 is a single bracket. So I'll do 1 or 2 more examples, and then I'll let you go. So let's start with this, yeah? 2 times minus 20 gives me minus 40. So 2 factors of minus 40 that add to give me 3. I've got 1 and 40, and minus 1 and 40, 1 and minus 40, minus 2 and 20. To be honest with you, most students doing this are doing a higher paper. You should straight away be looking at me or looking at this and saying 5 and 8, 5 and 8 all day long. Anyway, I'll go through them just for everybody's sake. 4 and minus 4 and 10, 4 and minus 10, minus 5 and 8, 5 and minus 8. Well, these give me 3, that gives me minus 3, therefore it's minus 5 and 8. So I've got my factors of minus 40 that give me a 3, minus 5 and 8. Now I split this 3 in the middle. That's a nice line, isn't it? Yeah. I split it in the middle, and like I said, whichever one of these is a multiple of 2, I'll write that first. So 8 is a multiple of 2, so I write down 2x squared plus 8x minus 5x. Well, 8x minus 5x gives me 3x minus 20. I factorize the left and I factorize the right. 2x squared plus 8x, I take a 2x out, and I get x plus 4. Minus 5x and minus 20, I take a minus 5 out, not a 5, a minus 5. And then I get x plus 4 as well. If I took a 5 out there, then I would have struggled here. Anyway, I've taken the minus 5 out. Well, I realize again that my bracket is common. X at 4, x at 4. Therefore, I combine the 2x and the minus 5, and I get 2x minus 5 multiplied by x plus 4. If you really want to check if you're right, you could expand this. You get 2x squared plus 8x minus 5x, which gives you the 3x, and then minus 5 times 4 is minus 20. Therefore, I'm right. Last example, and then we're done. I got 3x squared minus 3x minus 18. Nasty question. 3 times minus 18 gives me minus 54. Factors of minus 54 that add to give me minus 3. So they multiply to give me minus 54 and they add to give me minus 3. It's 6 and 9, with the 9 being a negative. Now, these two are both multiples of 3, so it doesn't really matter which one you put in first. So I will put the 6 first, as it's the first one written, and I get 3x squared plus 6x minus 3x. No, not minus 3x, minus 9x. I'm thinking for the next step, and I'm getting confused. Minus 9x minus 18. So 6 minus 9 is minus 3. I'll put them in there. I factorize the left, 3x, x plus 2, nice and easy. And the right, 9, and x plus 2 again. Generally, I'm looking for that bracket, so that should be like the general aim of what you're doing, yeah? So my first bracket is 3x minus 9. My second bracket is x plus 2. That would be my answer. Nice and straightforward. I am not going to give you questions on this. Again, if you really want questions, go on to Corbett Maths, worksheets, Control F, Factorise quadratics, and it'll be coefficient of x is greater than 1. Anyway, until we meet again, have a nice day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.